Hello, everybody. This is Bob Bittner, Papa Dude, with our Operate Intelligently podcast. And I'm in the studio here today with two distinguished guests. Tony is not with us today, but I have the great privilege of having one of our founders, Kent Hudson, and our new CEO, Ed Roshitsh. And I wanted to welcome both of you here to the podcast. Today's kind of a big day for us. We have evolved. We have become a great company. We have a great foundation of lots of strong clients. And as we have continued to grow over the years, we have continued to develop in the education market, in the local and state government market, into healthcare, and now into manufacturing. And in doing so, that is causing us to graduate a little bit. And I know that our clients appreciate so much about us that we understand who they are, what they do every day for a living, and that they depend on us for a lot of things. And we've been able to take the power of technology and bring it together to give them a simple and straightforward solution to be able to make their jobs much easier and to tell a better story. Kent, you were probably sitting on the back porch one night thinking about this. Kind of give us your thoughts from way back in the beginning about how we get from back there to here today, but just kind of in that little history moment there for us.
Well, it wasn't just me. There was a group of us that had worked in education since the late 80s through getting close to 2000. And we had a good understanding of the problems that the people managing facilities and other business processes in education faced. And this thing, the internet, was starting to shape in 1999. Understand, at that point, it was still 54K dial-up modem, and it was really on the boundary. Could you conduct business on the internet? So what intrigued us, though, was it was clear the internet was not about computing. Yes, you can have a computer attached to it and do things, but when we studied the challenges of the people we wanted to serve in education, so much about it was communication and information. And it was clear nothing was going to change the world more for information and communication than the internet. So in 1999, we started experimenting, seeing what was possible on the internet, and that led us into May of 2001 releasing the first cloud product, SaaS product. Those words didn't exist for about 5 or 6 years later.
That's back when the only thing in the cloud was rain, right?
Right. And but what we released Maintenance Direct May of 2001, and it was a pure SaaS, pure cloud product, and it offered the first time our clients could just focus on getting the work done without having to install computers, maintain IT, and all that. If you got a browser and an internet connection, let's get work done. But the key thing about SchoolDude Origins is it was totally focused on education and very specific on the tools we wanted to give the people running educational operations to solve specific problems.
Kent, that was a pretty risky move back then, when even a lot of the finance departments and other departments within the organizations were not even accustomed to those terms and those ways of doing businesses and process. Can you talk just for a moment how we helped handhold some of those clients over that chasm?
Yeah, I think the secret was we focused on helping our clients solve their problems. And so it was about the value proposition, how to make their lives better, how to make them look better, and do it at a much lower cost, because going to the cloud was a big reduction in what we call TCO, total cost of ownership. So we gave them a much better technology solution to solve their problems. And some people will say that maybe education is a little bit slow to adopt technology, but we got 7,000 or 8,000 clients that would beg to differ with that, because they were pioneers within their organizations for maybe the first 5, 6, maybe 8 years of the history of this company. We were the first cloud SaaS application going into an educational institution, and our clients we were partnering with, they were leading technology relative to the cloud. So pretty proud of them. And the other thing we did, I think, that kind of powered, motivated, accelerated that success is we never once thought technology was the sole answer. Technology was just a leverage tool. You could leverage it in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, you still had to adhere to longstanding business values and business concepts. So that starts with legendary service. So we were very focused on legendary service, customer satisfaction, customer success, and all the other business principles around it. So I think a lot of technology companies made the mistake thinking that if I just give you a internet or a cloud product, I've kind of done my job, and that's not the case. You got to satisfy the customer at the end of the day.
We have drawers full of letters and emails from our clients that just talk about, wow, did you ever help make me look good?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, did you bring this to the table for me? Did you show up at my city council meeting? Did you show up at my board meeting?
Right.
Over and over and over. And that's very powerful and really elevated a workforce that felt like they were not viewed upon as being able to contribute a lot of information. And they leapfrogged over some of their peers in their organizations as far as information.
In every product design meeting we had through that 10-year period, we would talk about the requirement we have to make our client look good. We have to make their job easier. We have to work with them, not just a product, but we'll work with them so they get more respect and prominence within their organization for the things they do. And we had a lot of great and fun success with that. Help them look good.
A lot of celebrations.
A lot of celebrations, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as we have moved through kind of the education element of our business, and we've grown over time, and we've started seeing more and more technology become available to us. What do you and Ed see kind of the next turn in the chapter of leveraging technology to our clients and bringing that even more in focus for them?
Yeah, I think I'll hop on that one, Bob. So I think a couple of things. First off, we have a ton of requests for data analysis and use of data and figuring out how our users can make more predictive decisions with budgets and people resources and things like that. So I think that's a big piece of it. I think secondly, connectivity to partner ecosystems, other vendors, sharing information, non-double entry of information is another piece of the puzzle I think that we see is important. I think then finally the third thing going forward, moving to supplying more technology around mobile, getting out there with iPads or Droid pads, whatever you want to call it. That's where things are going, and people don't want to be tethered to desks anymore. So I think we're going to be focusing a lot on mobile technologies.
And I think there's going to be some technologies out there we don't even know about yet today, right?
There's somehow.
We need to be prepared for that.
Right.
And build our infrastructure to be able to support our folks with that new technology.
But I think whatever technology we get into, I think Kent said it best. We're not going to give up on legendary service. All the dudeness that people have counted on us for through the years, that's going to continue on and in fact probably expand.
We have SchoolDude coming up here next week, and one of the exciting things always at SchoolDude is our honoring of our clients. And I think that is just to me is just the highlight of the year. And Ed, you're going to get to experience that hopefully, and see our clients come in, and we high five them and we honor them for that night for all the work that they've done. And so they become very loyal to us. They become very entrenched with our people, and I'm excited. But talk to me a little bit more about this change. There seems to be some changing of the name. Not the mission, not the direction of the company, but somebody explain to me a little bit about the name.
Can chime in when you want, but I think it's more of an evolution of what's going on. We've recognized, back in the early days, it was K-12. It graduated to the whole education biosphere. We then got involved with government and healthcare and manufacturing. So this graduation, in a sense, is more just recognition for what's been happening over the last couple of years. And I think the benefit, back to the education space, in fact, all of our verticals, is we're cross-pollinating the best ideas, best practices across all, and no matter where you're at in the Dude universe, as far as a user, you're going to get the benefit of this broad mass of multiple industries that use our product.
And leverage off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
I've often said we're more alike than we're different.
The Venn diagram overlaps huge.
And
Right.
we have stuff breaks. People need to have good decisions to make to repair those items. We want to try to prevent things from happening. And there's more alike than dissimilar. Yes, there's different things in each vertical, but I think we've been very smart about how we're approaching those differences, but yet making the whole ecosystem kind of the same and bringing that power together. So what is the new name? Who's going to reveal what that new name is? Is there a new name?
Well, since Kent started this ball rolling a little while back, I'll let him be the master unveiler here.
Yeah, we're very excited about this graduation and moving into the next level, and it's so exciting because of the technology's advancing so fast that we're going to be able to offer all of our clients just more solutions, more ability for them to do exceptional things. We say that DSI stands for do something incredible, do something innovative, and that's what we want our clients to do, is to do incredible things. So the rebranding here is we're moving to Dude Solutions as a corporation, and so instead of SchoolDude, we'll be referring to that as Dude Solutions for Education. So it's still your same team that you work with on implementation or tech support or other things. So none of that foundation is changing. Same people, same commitment to education. But we do want to come in alignment with how we're taking the company forward into this exciting generation ahead of us, where will be so much more technology that we can leverage and bring you solutions to do incredible things with.
I think that's very assuring, Kent, because I think the idea that we're still going to be very vertical focused with people that help people on the phone, we're still going to keep that very specific from a vertical market perspective of being able to really focus in, understand their needs, desires, and wishes to be able to do their job correctly.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because if someone in education calls in with a problem or needs help, they clearly want to, and we will honor that we'll talk to the people who specialize in education. Just like someone from manufacturing calls in, they want to talk to someone who specializes in manufacturing. But here's one thing we need to leave this podcast with. When we work in manufacturing, they have a history of putting a lot more research, energy, thought into higher reliability of equipment in the manufacturing process. So root cause analysis, mean time between failure, mean time to repair type thinking comes in to how do you get your assets to be more reliable, last longer, etc. They kind of lead in that area. So we're over there, we're learning from that part of our business at Dude Solutions Manufacturing, but we're already coming back to what's important in education. That would be HVAC, that'd be boilers, heavy air handling units, etc., where we will be coming back with much more advanced asset management on top of the work management that we've always given you. So that will also improve capital forecasting, capital planning. We're getting much more leveraged to give you tools that will allow you to do more than you have in the past, and hopefully everybody listening to this will see ways to do something incredible that's new.
And bring power from all verticals.
Yes.
And learn.
Yep.
And I think that's tremendous. People will say, well, what's happening to the old dudes around here? We've got Kent Hudson who's sitting here, and we've got Lee Prevost that's sitting around the corner here that pioneered this company, and so many others. And I'm just excited to see, understand, and testify for myself that these individuals aren't going anywhere. They're still heavily involved with the direction of the company and trying to bring that next level of excitement and information out there. Lee's doing some incredible things, and we're excited. And I just hope that I can continue with utilizing the title of Papa Dude. And so often I get recognized as the mascot for the company. And I think there's still a little slight resemblance there. Yeah. And I wear that with honor. And I want to thank both of you today and just ask for any closing remarks.
Well, get back to your question about where the older dude's going is, I think the best way to look at that as you grow an organization, as you push to do bigger and greater things for your clients, the nature of the company changes. And we're very excited to have Ed as a new CEO. Ed is very well accomplished in growing companies, taking companies to the next level. And it's a very unique skill set he's bringing to the table here, because it's one skill set back in the old days when, wow, we got 1,000 clients now. But when you start saying, we have 10 or 11,000, you got to make sure that you have the executive talent that can assure the quality of service, the quality of customer satisfaction, the performance never wavers as the business changes. So that's all we've done. We have mapped the right expertise, the right people to the task at hand. And, Ed as the new CEO is very symbolic of that. But at the same time, we have the people that have a deep knowledge, understanding of the markets and the customers. And we are working on projects, just like Lee is working in something we've formalized here called Dude Labs, which is looking at some very innovative new technology, evaluating it. So we're really just kind of, everybody's still on the bus. We changed seats to get in the seat where we thought everybody was most optimized to serve the customers, because at the end of the day, the company only exists if we do a great job for our clients.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off what Ken said, excited to be here, optimistic about our future for our clients and our employees. I'm very respectful of the effort and people and work that got us to here today, and the legacy that this company has. And my job is not to screw it up, but to take it to the next level, a couple X. So I'm excited to be here.
Ken, I would like to just kind of close out by saying thank you to you and Lee and the team that put this all together. I know there was both personal investment and commitment and vision and perseverity and long hours and lost weekends and to bring a company. And I think if anybody's been around the Dude very long, they understand Kent Hudson's heart and his love for clients. And thank you for what you've done. And we look forward to the next 18 years.
Good. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you for listening to the Operate Intelligently podcast. Subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, leave us a review, and you can even email us at dspodcast@dudesolutions.com.